Every Celtic fan right now, sitting waiting. Yes, waiting on Celtic announcing Jota. Come on, Celtic, get your finger out and announce the return of the superstar from Portugal every time. Ah, dear. What a day, what a weekend it's been. What a weekend it has been. Let me just double check. And we're all sitting about waiting on Jota. Now, if you haven't, hi, dog. If you haven't looked at the weather in Rennes, there could be a hold up in the announcement of Kyogo due to the fact that there's been massive flooding, in Rennes, the city. And if some of the pictures, I mean, the stadium, there is a river that runs right along the back of the stadium. And the Celtic fans that went to Rennes back in 2019 will remember the river that runs along the back, because you had to walk along you cross over the bridge and walk along the side of the river. That's burst its banks. And the city, there's massive parts of the city underwater. Kyogo's bound to be sitting thinking, going, are you having a laugh? Have you seen the state? I think move to a top 5 league, somewhere that's a bit better weather, and he moves to Rennes, and it's a bit like Perth. If you remember Perth back in the 1990s, when the River Tay burst its banks, it's a bit like that. But anyway, it is all about Jota, and it's all about the signing of Jota. Now, people are saying that he's going to get the number 20. Nobody knows anything, because Celtic have been in complete radio silence. Since the weekend. Since the game was postponed at the weekend, Celtic, the last thing that they put out on Twitter was yesterday was happy birthday, Brendan. And that was it. Which says to me that the media team are now in a frenzy trying to get pictures of Jota and stuff and get it all sorted and get it done and dusted so that it all happens today. There will be a timeline of events that will happen at some point today. But Celtic did put it on the 21st of January, and after the game was postponed, they put out Happy Burns Night, and the video that they put out every year of Tommy Burns doing what he did for Celtic. God bless you, Tommy. What a man. And then all they've posted since then was happy birthday to our manager, Brendan Rodgers. 3 Scottish Premierships, 3 Scottish Cups, and 4 League Cups. 4 League Cups. Yep, Brendan Rodgers. It's a weird number having the 4 League Cups, but then only having the 3 everything else, isn't it? We all know why that is, though, don't we? Yes, 2019, when he walked away, now having him back, Brendan Rodgers. Anyway, we are sitting waiting on Celtic. There is a lot of bad news this morning, so when you see Jota with the number 23, don't say I tell you. Nobody knows for sure that he's sitting with the number 23. Nobody. It's all just nonsense online. Nobody knows nothing. And that's fact. Everybody's playing a guessing game. Everybody is playing a guessing game. But it is what it is. And if he does get the number 23, fair play to him. Come on, the Hoops. Celtic, how are you this morning, mate? The fact is that the Jota deal is incoming. 2 seconds, because I just needed to do. Keith, I'll get back to you later today. I've had a day off yesterday, and I didn't even look at the laptop. So, Keith, I will get back to you today, and about that thing that we were talking about. Jota isn't until it's announced, exactly, and I think that the delay at the side. In Rennes could be to do with the fact that the stadium and roundabout was almost flooded. So anyway, morning from Armagh. Another Celtic news. Give Jota 55. That would just be a wind up, wouldn't it? Give Jota 55. That would be brilliant. That would be brilliant. But anyway, my post incoming. I've been waiting since Friday for that too. Jesus. Anyway, there is news about another team that's in for Louis Palma. Now, Louis Palmer's a player that hasn't hit the heights that a lot of us thought he might at Celtic. He's a player that he's been told by his international manager. Yeah, now, see, before we even talk about that, I want to talk about Kyogo. And everyone talking about Kyogo and Jota 69. That'd get the women going crazy, wasn't it? And the men, allegedly. Here in Thailand, 55 actually translate to ha 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 ha. There you go. Good shout, give him 55. And I want to talk about Kyogo because there's something got me thinking about some of the easy chances that Kyogo missed over the last couple of weeks. And was that Kyogo? I mean, he's done and dusted. He's gone now. He's in the past, unless it all falls through in the last. But he's not. He's gone. He's in Rennes. We know he's in Rennes. He's been spotted coming at the airport. But do you think that Kyogo maybe purposely missed some Celtic chances when it was easier to put in the back of the net? He puts it past the post. Very un-Kyogo-like over the years, and people were saying, "Oh, blame Brendan Rodgers." Jota should get the number 7 shirt. Well, he could get the number 7 shirt, but it means that Louis Palmer has to go out the door the same day. They couldn't get Kyogo's medical because of the storm in the area of the flood in the Rennes. That's what I said, Kaiser. I mean, if you've looked at some of the flooding that's in Rennes, it's unbelievable. It's unbelievable. I mean, you're talking canoes stuff. You're talking kayaks. So it is what it is, and if that's the hold up, that's the hold up. I don't care. The Jota one was always waiting until I think both deals. No way, he deliberately missed it. Yeah, you need to go and check. You need to go and check the videos and the pictures coming out of Rennes, because it's almost as bad as what they had up in Valencia. It's unbelievable. Good morning, Tino. How are you? But anyway, do you think put Lewis Palmer on loan to Morton? No, he'll get sold to a European team, Brown Warrior. Lewis Palmer will be sold at this transfer window. I don't think that they can take a number off a player whilst he was still at the club. But anyway, it is what it is. Do you think that Kyogo purposely meant to miss some of the easy chances that he didn't put away? Time to retire the 7 shirt for Palmer. Yeah, it is. That effort for 25-30 yards from Kyogo was pretty awful. There's quite a few shots now that you start thinking back, and it got me thinking over some of the easy chances that he's missed over the last couple of months. Chances that Kyogo's putting away every day of the week, 1-on-1 with the keeper, and he misses it. He tries to lob the keeper for 25 yards, puts it past. Do you think that he was maybe doing it on purpose to make sure let's say that Ida also misses his chances? Ida's not missed as many chances as Kyogo. I'm just trying to get into the mindset of Kyogo after Brendan Rodgers did come out and say, now this is factual information, Brendan Rodgers said that Kyogo wanted away. Right? So you've then got to look at the mindset of the player. And the easiest way for a player to push the situation is to consistently miss goals. It's as simple as that, and miss easy ones. And Brendan Rodgers also said, he said that Kyogo was pushing it to get away. He was forcing the issue. Was he simply telling us, look, Kyogo's been missing these chances on purpose? And and I think the backroom staff and people just putting it out there. I did say a striker hasn't scored enough goals for the last 2 seasons. Kaiser says just retire the number like they do in the NBA. You can't retire the number 7. You can't. I think it's time to give it to someone that is that fits the cloud. Come on, lads. Kyogo isn't that sort of lad. I'm just putting it out there. I am just putting it out there. Was it the same last season? He wanted to wait. He didn't want away last season. He only came and told Brendan this summer that he wanted away. So maybe he doesn't want away. But anyway, who cares? He's gone. And it's all about who Celtic bring in. Celtic are in the market for I think Kyogo is on decline. I don't think he's on decline. I don't think if Kyogo had the opportunity to miss the target and the manager still plays him, what does it say about Aramida? I'm just putting it out there, Kaiser. I'm just making conversation. I'm just trying to get into the... that was bad for me, Praz. I'm just trying to get into the mindset of what was really going on at Celtic over the last couple of months, because when you've got a manager that has known about the situation, that Kyogo and his agent came to Brendan in Celtic and said, we want away a number of months ago. That was Brendan Rodgers' exact words. He came to us a number of months ago saying that he wanted away from Celtic. You know, and then Brendan Rodgers also said that he was pushing to get the transfer. He was pushing to get away. He was forcing the issue. That was his exact words. He was forcing the issue. Now, to me, when a manager says he was forcing the issue, you've got to think, was he intentionally missing some of those chances? It's gone. It doesn't matter. Says Paul Baird. Exactly. Fuck Kyogo. He's history. He's history. Fred Jeddy finished up top striker. Who cares about Fred Jeddy? Greg Taylor hasn't been playing well. Does that mean Greg Taylor's been playing quite good, actually? So you're wrong there. Greg Taylor's been playing quite good. I don't know what games you're watching, but anyway, it is what it is. It's all about facts. Baz, you're the host, so you have the right to play devil's advocate. Exactly, Kaiser. Do you know what I mean? It is about. There's no use having a live format if you can't engage with everyone on the live, and if you can't put things out there to create conversation. At Beesby will just be like all the other channels, and I'll sit and I'll get Kaiser on, and I might get somebody else on, and we'll just sit and have a chat, and we'll not listen to anybody in the comment section. If that's the way you wanted the channel, to go, that's fine. I'm really hoping an update for Kids for Garden alongside Jota. I don't think the Kids for Garden one will happen as quick. I think that may be it may be another couple of days for that one. But there's one thing for sure. Celtic always go radio silent when the media team have had a change of plan, and for the only thing for them to put out yesterday, and this we can go back many times to, I'll just double check, because you know what I'm like. Anyway, let's just double check Celtic FC. Tell you one thing, Celtic missed it on a cracking wee player from Barcelona. The Celtic B team, I wish, the Barca B team captain is to, now this puts this into perspective, right? Everybody's slating Jota going to the Saudi Pro League, right? Barca are now selling the B team captain. He's not even made the first team. He's the B team captain to a team in the Saudi Pro League for 4 to 5 million euros. Unbelievable. Anyway, it's meant to be about Celtic. Let's get Celtic, see if there's an update. Absolutely nada from Celtic. I've got a funny feeling that Celtic are going to make... Will Celtic do what they did the last time? And then drop a little hashtag with his number that's coming in, and then, or maybe little eyes, and then a video of Jota. Greg Taylor has a love-in with Brendan Rodgers. That's why he's playing all the time. Media silence is understandable because a week in football is an eternity. But it's not. But Celtic media team are generally on the ball and always put stuff out on a Sunday. And for the moment, they put the one thing out on the Sunday and the Saturday, even though there wasn't the game on the Saturday. All they put out was that after the game was postponed. All they put out was the fact that it was Burns Day. Morelos must have wanted away from Sevka from the start, lol. See, that's to bring back Dumbelly. And talking about bringing players back, I saw one article, somebody saying that we should bring back Stuart Armstrong. No. It's getting ridiculous now. It is getting ridiculous. I do agree he's missed a lot of chances this season, but no player is bigger than our club. Exactly. Not sure we'll get the Danish dude. The price keeps going up. The price keeps going up in the media. How Kyogo got the move to Rennes. Do you know what? Why you would want to move to Rennes? Because they're now in a relegation battle. Them getting beat at the weekend again has put them right in a relegation battle. So he's left. They're now Rennes are now in the relegation battle. They are they're 16th out of the 18-team league. Yep, the team that Celtic met in the Europa a few years ago are now on the verge of relegation. Why, oh why, oh why would you jump ship from Celtic to a club and like the weather and that they've had and the flooding that they've had in the city cannot be helped. But you would look at the league table first of all, and you'd like, come on, look at the you'd be like, look at the chances I could score. Look at the goals I've scored. I've played in the Champions League. I've scored in the Champions League. He's now going to Rennes to win nothing and never play in Europe for the next couple of seasons by the looks of it. It is absolutely unbelievable that he's away. He's left Celtic to go to a relegation battle. Rennes are sitting on 17 points. Le Havre are sitting on 13 points. Montpellier are sitting on 15 points. Kyogo's going to have to go on a goal-scoring feat for them to get them. There's just to avoid relegation, really. They've won 1 out of their last 5 games. They've lost every other game. They have lost. If Kyogo's goals keep bends up, he's an instant hero. Brown Warrior, but it's levels, isn't it? If you've got ambition, and put it this way, if seriously comparing the weather of France to Scotland, the weather in France to Scotland is not much different, believe it or not. Especially just on that side of the mountains. It's not that much different. It gets a lot of rain. But anyway, it's the levels. If his international boss told him to go and find a team in a top 5 league in Europe to get a chance to play international football, you don't jump ship and you don't join the first club that comes calling that's in a relegation battle. Did he want away that much? Did Kyogo dislike Scottish football that much that he's prepared to go and join a relegation battle in France? Wow. Rennes sound like Tottenham. Disaster. What was the Tottenham score at the weekend? I don't even know the Tottenham score. Did Spurs get beat again? Oh, Jesus, it did. Oh my God. At home, see, this is what happens when you have a day off. You don't look at anything. Oh Jesus, they're about to be away down the league as well, aren't they? Tottenham and Ange is just lucky that Southampton's doing so bad, aren't they? We're filling this with non-Celtic news this morning because I think a lot of us are just sitting around waiting to see if Celtic announce anything this morning. I am going to stay on for about an hour or so this morning, just waiting to see if Celtic do announce anything. They haven't as yet. But anyway, the Jota to Rennes move could be rubber stamped in the next 24 hours. This was said yesterday. Everybody's been saying that for the last couple of days, so it'll be interesting. It's done deal. It's done deal. When you look at the players that have left, that came in, the Carl Starfelts, the Leela Badders, the Matt O'Reilly, the Aaron Moy. Well, bring back Aaron Moy then, if that's the case, isn't it? And anyway, Celtic do play this week. All eyes are now on the Champions League. Yes, something happened at the background with Kyogo that really upset him. Bye. I don't think it is. Rennes are still in League A, Baz, and if his goals help the Japan Magic. But Brown Warrior, there's a difference between, say they do get relegated, that's fuck Kyogo, he's away. Kyogo's made the right move, he's not got much playing time left. He's got 5 years in him, easily. Will Ange be the next one wanting to come back to us, Baz? Not a chance, no, because Ange said that. Ange was asked the question at one point, remember, and he says he never goes back. So Ange has already put that. I need to try and find that interview. They will announce it at 4:30. Double announcement. I don't think there'll be a double announcement today. I can't see it. The double announcement might be that Lewis Palmer's left the building. Kisfa Garden should be done. 100 million in the bank. Just get the job done. All things have come. People who keep calm. Exactly. Hence the picture today. You know what I should have put up? That was the video there. That was that one. That was that one. There's the Jota. There he is wearing his number, whatever. And there's Jota there. I wonder if Celtic TV will release a similar type of video. Jota standing again in the front of Celtic Park. Celtic jerseys are not for second best. It won't shrink to fit an inferior player, said Jock Stein. Jota knew that when he was signing for Celtic, after being on loan from Benfica, that he was coming into a club that had one thing on its mind and one thing only, and that was to win. And Jota did win, but at the same time as he did win, he decided to up sticks and bugger off. And Kyogo has done the same. You can't forgo a player that wants to go on and better himself, and Jota did do that. He's now sorted for life. Kyogo knew that he wanted to leave Celtic and go and make his big last payday. Go and make his one big last payday, and adding 10 to 15 grand or whatever it is onto his weekly wage is something that we would all jump at the opportunity. But for me, it's all about this guy. Yep, it is all about the fact that there's a guy that knew that he made the wrong decision. And there's not many chances in life that when you make that wrong decision, is you get to come back to the place where you're happiest. And I think that is what Jota's doing. So we should all look forward to the fact that Jota is coming back to the place that he knows is his happy place. And I love the fact that when Brendan Rodgers was talking about Jota in the interview at the weekend, and the conversation that he had with Jota, and he said that, look, sometimes Jota says, what if it doesn't work when you come back? Sometimes it doesn't. Players know this. Players know that sometimes it doesn't work when a player goes back to a club. That's why players don't generally like to do it. But when Jota was on the phone to Brendan and they were talking about coming back, and Brendan says, look, you know this is a safe place where that you can get back to being your best, that there's no pressure on you from the start. You know, you can come back here and you can get back to the player that you were. Now, if it's true that he is signing a 4.5-year deal, it's a fantastic piece of business for Celtic. It means that we've got him for another 4 seasons after this one. But ultimately, it means we have now got a squad of players that there's a big chunk of these players that are all on 4.5-year deals. Brendan Rodgers is not getting a load of players in the door, and this is the other thing that you need to look at. Brendan Rodgers isn't getting players in the door on 4 and 5 year deals if he doesn't think that he's going to be around for any length of time. So for me, it's all good news. I just took that. 2 seconds. Why have Celtic changed the header back to Kasper Schmeichel? Celtic are up to something. And then they've got the Henrik out now. Magnificent 7 years of Henrik Larsson. Jesus. They're milking it in there. But anyway, let's get back on it. Let's jump into the comments and see what we're saying to it. Jota55 Law. Brown Warrior says, Jota hasn't lost the ability to skin a man, deliver a cross and slap a free kick in for 30 yards. Yep. Johnny, you're doing, you held the ball up. Bertie Old side for us 3 times. But that was Bertie. No other man could do it exactly. You can't, there's some players that come along once or twice in your lifetime, and they are fantastic players. Jota might do that. You know, Jota might walk through the door of Celtic Park on Saturday night or Sunday or whenever it was he flew in, and he might have thought, I'm home. You know, sometimes you do that. Give Brendan a lifetime contract. Take the number 7 off Palma and give it to Jota. Japanese are too proud players to deliberately miss chances. It's Tommy. It's just a question. It was just putting it out there. It was just putting it out there. Anyway, and let me just do this. Lewis Palmer is on his way out the door. He is on his way out the door. It just depends on where. You've got to remember, Palmer was signed as a replacement for Jota. Palmer was signed as a replacement for Jota. Just trying to see that sound old. I wonder if he'll end up in Spain or Greece, Louis Palmer. It's looking like Spain or Greece that he's going to end up in. So we just need to wait on that. There is no Celtic. Do you know what it is? It's Monday morning, right? Here's one for you that we've never thought about. So Jota walks back into Lennox Town this morning. Right? Oh, chirpy as anything, right? What gets a lift into the training centre, right? Gets a lift into the training, and then got to give us an announcement before the Villa game because you'll team the boost. There'll be an announcement today with Jota. Don't worry about it. It will come in today. KT won't be coming in January. Yeah, that's looking unlikely, but that's why we've set the unlikely replacements for Jota and KT, or Jota and KT. I know, Green Lecce. That's the. But anyway, could you imagine? There's Jota walking in. All right, lads. All right, lads. Fuck's sake, Scott Bain, you're still here. It's like, how the fuck? You're in with the woodwork, mate. When did you last play? When did you last have a game? Jesus. Fuck, I'm definitely staying here. Scott Bain's still here. Bainey's still here. Fucking hell. Phoning up Aaron Moy. Fuck me, mate. Scott Bain's still here. What? Fucking, I'm telling you that. Alright, Carl. Oh, Jamesy, how you doing? Alright, fucking hell. Scott Bain. What? How the... Well, fuck me. Never I heard the rumour Andy Robertson for Liverpool. Nah, not a chance. Scott Bain. I'm telling you, that is the best. That is the best part. I'd love to be in the dressing room this morning. Oh, Carl Mark. Oh, Carl. Oh, right. Brilliant. Picture this. Jota, Kids for Garden put it together. That'd be brilliant if it does. That would be brilliant, but there's nothing to say. Scott Bain will drive Jota and carry his bag. Aye, for the full 4 years. For the full 4 years, he'll do that. Scott Bain will drive him about. James McCarthy, welcome party. Oh, Jesus, no, not a chance. Anyway, could be a special transfer window, says Calfs. When you think about it, when we went into this transfer window, all we were looking at was a left back, maybe a midfield player, a winger, and a striker. Now, we still don't have a left back, which is a worry for me. We don't have a left back in, and we have a winger coming in to replace Louis Palmer in the name of Jota. Nobody would even have dreamt that at the beginning of the transfer window, and especially back in December. There was sort of people were mentioning it. Would you go for Jota? He's not happy at Rennes, but nobody really thought it would happen. None of us, not one of us, knew that Kyogo was unhappy. We knew that we needed another striker in to help Kyogo and put a bit of pressure on Kyogo and Adamida. We were all in with that one. We all knew that we needed someone to put a little bit of pressure on, because let's face it, there was no competition in the striking department. And now, would young Daniel Cummins could he have been that if he agrees a deal with Celtic? I mean, there's still the situation to be with Daniel Cummins. There could be quite a lot of, this could be a really busy week. Still, we wanted a striker before exactly, love it, exactly. Kaiser says, I did. I knew he was unhappy, man. I knew he was unhappy. Clearly, Kyogo was unhappy, but we didn't. The masses didn't, right? We knew we needed a striker in to put on a bit of pressure. There was talk, right? There was rumours, but talk and rumours happen all the time in football. There was no concrete evidence that Kyogo wanted away. Apart from the fact that he didn't score 3 chances. The boy Cummins will get his chance now, Baz. I don't think so. If Cummins doesn't sign his new contract, he could be gone in the next week. Celtic will not want to lose. Are you telling me that Celtic are because we're sitting with 100 million in the bank, Celtic are willing to allow Daniel Cummins to walk away for nothing, rather than sell him this window? Are you telling me that they're really going to allow Greg Taylor to walk away for nothing, rather than get 3 million for him this window? Remember, we got 3 million this time last year for Turnbull, who was in the last 6 months of his contract. Things don't add up to me. There has to be other things going on in the background. That player situation wise. Hope Kenny gets some game time of Rodgers. I think he will now. To be fair, a lot of people were saying Kyogo was unhappy due to his lack of celebrating. Turns out they were right. Maybe it does turn out that they were right, wasn't it? And maybe that was Brendan sort of clarifying everyone's fears. And let's face it, it was fears. Cummins will come on versus Villa, as we don't have another striker on the squad. He might come on again in Villa, and then it might be his first and last start for Celtic, because he'll be sold that weekend. But you never know. We don't know. There's obviously a lot going on in the background. Kaiser, I told you, 3 players requested transfer. If that is the case, is there still a possibility? Baz, what happened yesterday? Lost without a video, says David. Yeah, I know. I've got to have a day off sometime. It's only about 2 or 3 times a year I have a day off. Greg Taylor hasn't signed a new contract. Brendan won't stop him to stay. It's ridiculous. I think if we had got Kieran Tierney, if we can get Kieran Tierney in tomorrow, I still think that Greg Taylor will be on his way out. Kyogo on a downer since O'Reilly left. I don't know. It's becoming quite a saga with the Greg Taylor. I agree that the board will offload him as soon as there's an interested party, rather than let him leave. I can't see why Celtic would do that. One Celtic channel says Kyogo's failed his medical. One Celtic channel. What's the One Celtic channel? Is there a fake alike? Is there a fake chat? One Celtic channel say Kyogo's not failed his medical. How could you play for Celtic the way you've been playing and then go and fail a medical? Come on, have you seen the weather in Rennes? Have you seen the flooding in Rennes? People, you can't get around the city. Never mind get to the stadium. You can get to the stadium because the road at the other side of the stadium is fine. But there's every chance at the stadium. KT Jota Mateus would be a great business. It would. But I think that we're all hoping that we could have kept Kyogo. But if it doesn't happen, Anthony Green, Celtic Fans TV, you mean? Don't believe rumours. There's nothing to back up. It's just rumours. Exactly, Angling Ayrshire. Celtic Fans TV. Celtic Fans. He said it's a rumour. He didn't say it failed it. There's rumours going on everywhere. And look, do you want me to get you pictures up of what's actually happening? I retweeted it on Saturday. I retweeted some of the pictures, and they were to get worse weather. They were to get even more flooding on Rennes. Oh, that's a video. Now this is a video. We'll get this up. This is what Rennes is like. Quite a large part of the city. Let me just do this. Browser. This is Rennes, right? There's a big chunk of the city like this, completely flooded. Now, it's no wonder that things have been held up in that place when there's a lot of the city that's like this, right? So people saying that it's been held up due to medical, I do not know the picture that what is actually happening on the ground. Now, that is live off of Twitter. The guy posted that. That was yesterday that he posted that. He posted that yesterday, this guy. And that they were getting, it was to rain all day yesterday. So that puts it into perspective when you've got weather like this. when you do have weather like that, and the city is and it is flooded all over. It's not going to be easy to get to the medical centre. Even the medical centre might be flooded. We don't know. But that is pictures from Rennes. So anyone saying that he's failed his medical, he probably failed to even get to his medical. That's the reality. That is the reality. And yeah, there's no been. When was the last time that Glasgow or Edinburgh was flooded like that? Anyway, there's Jota just coming in. Alright, let's get back to Jota on there. So yeah, let's jump back into the comments section. Celtic still haven't updated us. I don't think there's going to be anything this morning. It could be the fact that people saying yesterday, there was a lot of people saying yesterday that Celtic won't put anything out till the stock market's opened. Kyogo in a kayak. Let's just forget Kyogo and focus what's happening on Celtic. Fresh Evan Ferguson loan move possibility. No chance. If you subscribe to that channel, you're gullible as daft as you get. Is it one of those automated? He failed his water skiing medical. Yep, he did. I'm going to put that video back up actually. Just so people understand what is going on in Rennes, because there's a lot of misinformation going around, and I'm not going to add to it. This is the situation in Rennes. I retweeted things like that on Saturday. Kyogo was bound to be thinking to himself as he came into land. And now we know why there was an aeroplane circling Rennes on Saturday when Kyogo's flight was coming in to land. There was another aircraft that had been circling around Rennes for about an hour or so, and it was obviously checking out getting aerial footage of the river as it was breaking its banks throughout the city and flooding parts of the city. So they were obviously some kind of police, or it must have been a police helicopter or a police aeroplane. It didn't give you the information on Flight Tracker. It just showed you that there was a aircraft circling around the city, which means it was an emergency vehicle, emergency aeroplane. I thought it might have been military at the time, but I never knew about the weather situation. And now that we know the weather situation and the mass flooding, it's no wonder that Kyogo has had to delay anything that's happened. And then Daily Record just posted Celtic have made a move for Evan Ferguson. We'll wait and see. Plenty of river dinghies available in the north coast of France. Now that's bad. That is bad. Oh, that is bad. Are you going to Birmingham on Wednesday? No, I'm not going to Birmingham on Wednesday because I couldn't get a ticket. And I know a bus. I know a 53-seater bus that's going down, and they've only got 6 tickets. That's how bad the ticket situation was. But as soon as I knew the ticket situation, I was like, nah, I'm not going to go. Let me just get an update on Celtic. Still nothing. I mean, this time on a Monday morning, Celtic always tweet something. They always put something out. Anyway, the Rennes boss has given an update on the Kyogo. And he was expecting Kyogo to play against Monaco on Saturday, but it wasn't to be. Hence the reason that the Rennes stadium was half empty. Now you know why it was half empty when you got to see the pictures of it. He says, we have high expectations of Kyogo. He's a player who can bring us a lot, in particular depth. Fucking a nothing update. Let me just check this. Nope, still nothing. Still nothing. Alloa have made their bid for Adamida. There you go. Baz, France News reporting Kyogo is out for 3 months after doing a butterfly into Rennes for his medical. Ah, Jesus. Kyogo's done great for us, but he's replaceable. He is that, and that's why I'm not getting no shortage of sushi in Rennes. Oh, that's bad. That is bad. But yeah, there'll be plenty of fishing going on. Especially after it's busted. Man, Kyogo's history, we only look forward. Exactly. We might not have the best league in the world, but it's definitely the toughest and most physical league. Yes, it is a physical league. It's not the south side of Glasgow with Huntiers Baz. No, that looks far too nice for this. Sorry to the south side of Glasgow. That looks far too nice. Right, nothing's going right for Big either. Kyogo's injured doing the breaststroke. Oh, don't start talking breast again. Hi from Melbourne. Do you think that if Rangers 3 points behind, the board's going to let them go? That's one question. Angelo, no. If the title race was so close, we do not get rid, and I agree with Chris Sutton on that one, we do not get rid of Kyogo at this point of the season. We strengthen the team. We bring in players to strengthen the team. The fact that we're so far ahead in the league, the league's done and dusted. We may drop 1 or 2 points, but there's no way are we not winning the league. I think what Brendan Rodgers is doing is getting back into, he's preparing the team for the assault on the Champions League qualification in the summer. And I think that's why decisions have been made now to make that difference. I think that's the only way. That's the only reason that I could think that he's agreed to let Kyogo go now is because there was the opportunity to bring in Jota, although they're 2 separate deals. The Kids for Garden one, Celtic have been after him for the Mateus. Brendan's been after Mateus for a while, and I think it's been a matter of timing with that one as well. And Brendan will not want the board to dilly-dally the way that they did in the summer. He won't want them to dilly-dally the way they did in the summer. And if Celtic had to qualify for the Champions League last summer, there would have been a lot of difficult games, and Celtic may not have got into the Champions League. Let's face it. When you look at the new format, it's imperative that Celtic do get straight into the Champions League. Making sure that we've got the players in before qualification starts. Before qualification is paramount for Brendan, and he knows it. So you've got to say fair play to Brendan Rodgers for dealing with it. The best league for me is the Spanish league. I think it is, because when you see some of the teams that go up and down in Spain, I mean, it's good football. Not bad, mate. Excitement building for Wednesday. Yep. Christopher Garden is our main target. Yep. Chris Packett Mateus is our main target, and it'll be good once we finally get him in, because I'm expecting a lot for him. I am expecting a lot from Will Bounce. Oh, Celtic have just put out, the official Celtic website, they've just put out a report. They've just changed part of it. It's from the women's team. Helena, I'm delighted with the performance and how we bounced back. That's not the update I was wanting. Celtic do have the countdown to the next match in 2 days, 10 hours, 15 minutes and 22 seconds. Aston Villa versus Celtic. Aston Villa versus Celtic. Player profile. It's funny that they've got player profile. Check all the players. Now there's a thing. Check the players. Kyogo has disappeared. Kyogo has disappeared off the players list. No, he's not. He's still there. He's still there. Interesting. Kyogo's still on the Celtic website. He is still on the Celtic website. Marco Tilio is Celtic's number 23. Marco, people saying that he's getting number 23 is wrong, because Marco Tilio is 23 and he's only out on loan. So if he's registered as Celtic and he's registered as number 23, I think you're wrong. Can they take a player's number off him when he's registered at the beginning of the season under that number, even though he's out on loan? There you go. So that won't be number 23, because that shirt has taken by Marco Tilio. Remember him? A winger that came into Celtic from Melbourne City. He's still registered as loaned out under the number 23 shirt. So there you go. And remember, your numbers are registered at the beginning of the season with the SFA and alike. So people saying that he's going to get number 23, I don't think so. Still nothing on the land of Twitterati. Baz, I said it, Jota 55. Baz, your camera's mad out of focus. I don't know. There we go. I don't know why it was doing that. Automatic focus my arse. Right, anyway, Ersha, did someone say Norowski? Yep. Baz, take that picture down of the flood. It's annoying and flashing. Jesus. But Baz, that's the minute it's played for Celtic. No, it's not. Jesus. Right, anyway, let's take that down since it's annoying. Folk, we'll just get pictures of Jota up. Anyway, we will come live later on today as soon as there's any breaking news. Just noticed that the camera looked like an oil painting. We will come live later on today as soon as focused on the shelf of dreams. Baz, in Scotland, that's called a puddle. That's nothing. I'm not getting other pictures up. You should see there's a lot of Jota still on the Rennes website. It's 27. Nah, Stephen, honestly, if you go into Twitter, if you're on Twitter, go into Twitter and type in Rennes and you'll see some of the flooding that they've had. I mean, that's just one street, the first one I could get up. The Rennes video can't be helping it was. Yeah, I don't know. Anyway, right, that's been done and dusted for this morning. Keep an eye on the channel and keep an eye on the Celtic news. There is nothing as yet coming out of Celtic. Let me just go. No, nothing. Absolutely nothing. Anyway, hasta luego, peeps. Says Stevie. See you later, Baz. Says Kaiser. I will please give us the amazing transfer news when you're back on later. Announcements, Baz. I hope so. And as soon as Celtic do make that announcement, we will be going live to talk about the fact that Jota has returned to Celtic. Anyone see Kyogo? He's run away from home. Flat Earth guys need a boot in the balls. He's T1. Anyway, on that note, have an absolutely fantastic couple of hours, and let's hope that Celtic do have us back in just a few hours, and we will all be talking about the fact that we have the prodigal son from Portugal has returned.
Lit. Roll up to the party, roll up to the party, roll up to the party, roll up to the lit. Roll up to the party, roll up to the party, roll up to the party, roll up to the lit. Roll up to the party, roll up to the party, Lit. Roll up to the party. Roll up to the party. Roll up to the party. Roll up to the lit. Roll up to the party. Roll up to